Nobody ever said getting people to think a certain way was going to be easy. That's especially true when you're trying to get people to defend something or someone as opposed to tearing them down. Team Biden is about to find that out the very hard way. Sure, it's been easy to get a significant portion of the voters to fall for every hoax and smear against Donald Trump for the last 9 years. Relying on the fears of snowflake liberals and the alarmist news media is usually a pretty good bet, at least for the left. But now, those same folks behind the hyping of hoaxes and scare tactics find themselves needing to defend someone, namely our brain-addled president, whose physical misadventures and foibles are beginning to rival Mr. Magoo on a foggy day. So, here's their brand new brilliant strategy. Just claim it's all fake. Tell them it's all fake. It's not real. That's right. When you see video of Mumbling Joe wandering off to nowhere or freezing up for no reason, it's you that's to blame for not realizing there's something very sinister going on. Here's White House Public Disinformation Officer Karine Jean-Pierre really explaining it all. Here she is.
Ironically, several recent cheap fakes actually attack the president for thanking troops. That is what they're attacking the president for. Both in Normandy, this happened, and again in Italy. And I think that it tells you everything that we need to know about how desperate Republicans are here. Instead of talking about the president's performance in office, and what I mean by that is his legislative wins, what he's been able to do for the American people across the country, we're seeing these deep fakes, these manipulated videos, and it is, again, done in bad faith.
You see, the big problem, though, for those deep fakes KJP is referring to, the videos were unedited, raw video. I mean, how can they be deep fakes when it's live TV? You literally can't get more not deep fake than that. This is just the old joke that goes, are you going to believe us or your lying eyes? Again, this is a much heavier lift for the Biden team and their friends in the news media than bashing Trump. It's kind of like the opposite of being in the usual liberal bubble. Liberals in a bubble usually think, no way, and no one will have any idea about the common sense world. They'll just get taken down the path. But in this case, the Democrats in the White House know they're the only ones who are saying this baloney about deep fakes, and they're noticeably angry that no one else is buying it. Another big problem they have is that the fumbler-in-chief keeps providing all of us with new material almost every single day. He's trying to introduce Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas less than 24 hours after KJP's ridiculous deep fake statements. It just didn't go all that well. Let me remind you, here it is.
Members of Congress and Homeland Security Secretary, I'm not sure you're going to understand, but I'll kick aside, Secretary
Like I told you yesterday, it sounds like a car that's flooded that won't start. His brain is malfunctioning. His synaptic relays are misfiring. By the way, can you hear the crowd laughing as Biden finally gets his brain unlocked? That's the crowd at the White House nervously trying to make it all look like it's normal. It's just a joke. It's not a joke. In fact, it's damn dangerous. And you may also notice that more and more aides and other politicians are standing very closely behind Joe Biden, right there when he speaks, just to make sure they can swoop in case of a real emergency. So there's two examples of how the White House is trying to push back and cover up what is totally real video and real audio. It's the evidence we see every day. Joe Biden is in serious decline, and it's getting worse. And as Joe would say, no joke. Anyhow, remember also that KJP's angry comments claiming deep fake manipulation weren't really directed at the voters? She said that in the White House press room filled with mostly regime news media reporters. Yes, we should stop calling those folks the mainstream media, by the way, because all they do is promote and defend White House propaganda. KJP wants those foot soldiers to get the memo and start pushing the deep fake narrative pronto. And sure enough, they got the memo, and they're doing as they're told. Here is CBS News just yesterday, looking to whitewash that video of Joe Biden wandering off to nowhere during the G7. Listen to this explanation.
You've probably heard of deep fakes, but just last week, as President Biden was at the G7 summit in Italy, cheap fake clips went viral on social media and were picked up by some news outlets. Take a look at this clip, for example. It shows Biden and other world leaders watching a skydiving demonstration before the president is seen walking away and looking in another direction. Outlets claimed that he was sort of just aimlessly wandering away. The clip amassed millions of views within just a few hours, when actually if you widen out, you can see that he was talking to one of the members of the military that was participating in that demonstration. So how prevalent are cheap fakes? And how big of a problem will they be in this election? Well, let's take a look with executive editor of CBS News Confirmed, Rona Tarrant, who joins us now from Studio 57 to explain. Hi, Rona. It's great to see you.
CBS News Confirmed. I'll get to that in just one moment. Nice try, CBS. But anyone watching the video can easily see Biden was supposed to be posing for a group picture at the time, is clearly confused about where he's supposed to be again. He only gives those paratroopers a thumbs up much later, and Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni is also clearly pulling him back to the other leaders, who then try to act casual as they fill in around him. Oh, nothing to see here, except the leader of the free world is completely gone. By the way, did you hear the name of the special division reporter again? That was the news outfit called CBS News Confirmed, which was conceived months before this election and is launching now. The latest incarnation of the Bureau of Truth. You know, the thought police. They'll tell you what you're allowed to think, what you're allowed to believe. It's clear it's going to be another one of those supposed fact-checking outfits that does nothing of the sort. We've done some advanced fact-checking right here and research and inquiries about CBS News Confirmed for the Steve Gruber Show, and many of our suspicions have already been confirmed. Just be aware. The new thought police, the foot soldiers of the tyranny, are everywhere and on the move. The Associated Press pulled a fake fact check themselves on another now famous video of former President Barack Obama having to pull Joe Biden off stage after Biden froze up at the end of a fundraiser Saturday night in Los Angeles. And even though the unedited video clearly shows Obama having to very unusually and awkwardly pull old Joe's wrist to snap him out of it and get him moving, the AP is reporting that a source tells them that's not what happened. Really? We're going to play that video in its entirety when we get back. And I'll find out if you can be a source of common sense and reason. Yeah, AP has a source. What you saw there is not really true. Your eyes are lying to you. Barack Obama did not grab Joe Biden and lead him off the stage while grabbing him and leading him off the stage. The story ahead.